Hello and welcome to another Happily Letter After tutorial. Today we're going to do flower art, and what you're going to need to do before you even start this project is you're going to need to dry and press some flowers. There's a couple ways you can do it. The cheapest and easiest way is to just use some books, some heavy books, and put your flowers between two pieces of paper, parchment paper, regular computer paper, newspaper, and then press it between the heavy books, and you'll have to do that for about 10 days or so. And try not to peek at them, because otherwise that could slow the process down. You want all the moisture out. The other option is to use a micro flower. This was actually a gift I got for Valentine's Day from my husband, and it dries them in literally about 30 seconds in the microwave. So it's a fast process. The only problem is it smells really bad, but if you don't mind the smell, go for it. That's what I did for these, actually, is I microwaved all these flowers and these petals and leaves, and you're gonna need to gather some of those. I grabbed mine from the side of the road. We had a lot of wildflowers growing, and in the garden, and a couple of trees. And as you can see, I have a big variety here. The possibilities are endless too. So like for this, I did the word love, kind of an abstract feel to it. And you can do something like that. You could do lettering. Today what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a monogram. I'm going to do the monogram of the letter C. Oh, and you also are going to need glue. Any type of white glue. I'm just using cheap Elmer's glue, but you can use whatever white glue you have as long as it dries clear. Okay, so you're going to want to think of a composition. I'm going to do the letter C. If you want, you can sketch beforehand on your paper lightly and then go over it. I'm not going to, because C is pretty easy. So I'm just going to pick out some leaves and I'm going to start forming the letter. And you can break them if you need to, bend them so that they fit where you want them to go. Ferns are great. They have a lot of character to them, and they seem to be pretty good for like easy lettering. But if you're going to do like a word, you're going to want bigger paper than this. I just did this because I have a frame I'm going to use for it. Flowers are a bit tricky. They're very, very, very fragile. The leaves are much easier to deal with than flowers. As you can see, it's still kind of silky. And the bigger ones are really hard to dry, so you're going to want to try to go with the smaller, as small as possible, flowers for your piece. The smaller, probably the better. Do not ask me what the names of any of these are. I am really bad with plants. I love them all, but I have no idea what these are called. I actually got these from my mother-in-law's garden, so I'm actually I think I'm gonna leave it like this for now, and we're gonna start gluing. And I might add a little tiny pieces here and there. But as long as you get the big framework kind of laid out. Okay. This is the fun part. It's also really tricky. Leaves are easier to glue. You can glue on the back of them. Some of the flowers you have to glue the paper and then stick them on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing all these down. Okay, now I'm gonna look and see how it looks with a few other flowers, see if I want to add a couple more here and there. I might leave it like this because I kind of like it the way it is, but you never know until you try. I think I do like these little pink flowers, so I'm going to add a couple of these onto my piece, and then I'm going to be done. And there you have it. Now we have the letter C. It's easy to do, fast, relatively. You have to have patience with some of the more fragile flowers. Remember, you can't press the big blooms, like roses and stuff are harder to do. They'll take a lot longer, and they may fall apart. This is actually a little mini rose, and it, as you can see, it's still kind of fragile. So just be careful with them. And I would definitely do a few of each of your favorites, especially. That way, if somehow it rips or it gets messed up, you have backups. It's always good to have backups. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see your work. Share with me on Instagram and use the tag Wonder Wednesday Projects, and tag me at BlackRose613 so I can see what you're coming up with. I'd love to see your projects. All right, have a great day.